This
was
conference
practicing,
will now be recorded.
Sorry,
they
come
changed
again.
they changed the entire website as I was doing.
Who?
Like Society
This one?
6, yeah, if
Uh,
you check the website now, it's different. So that messed me up.
okay. This is the one, right?
Yeah, they changed
But
the pictures and a few
I mean,
differences.
but I don't see any difference. It's just a picture only, right?
No, but like
Nothing
at the
else.
bottom, if you scroll,
Okay, there are two images over here. Okay, you made a single image. Okay, this even you also made the two images here.
hmm, and then now
Widget
it's single.
savings. Okay, they added this section and this essential. Okay, I mean that is fine. Okay, see if you observe this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The heading is a different thing, and if you look at this, the images, right? So there is some background color, and the image is there, right?
Mm.
And there is a div, right? The div border radius is 100%. So from your case also, there are two options here, right? So one is that either you make this image as 100%, border radius 100%, that's the one way, or whatever that the parent element, right? You can add some color, let us say, for all of them it is the same. Yeah, for all of them it is the same, right? So background, oh, it is, yeah. So like this you can handle. But looks like this image also have that, what you call the background image. So maybe we can add a padding here.
Mm.
Yeah, this image dimensions we can still we can decrease the image dimensions like with max with 100% or maybe in a proper proportions to image like 100 pixels 100 pixels, and properly you can add the space like in a margin for this. Yeah, those cases you can handle that, it's not a big deal. That's what I'm saying.
Mm. Yeah,
Okay,
it
okay.
just changed
And the
when
more, hmm, tell me.
it was changing when I was working on it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, still you can change, no issue. Okay, so one thing that I've been observed here is, first of all, whenever you see a website, irrespective of device, whether it is a mobile, I mean, mobile screen or tab or laptop or large monitors, it should not come horizontal scroll.
Mm.
Okay, that is
Right.
the first thing
Yeah,
that
I was
Yeah.
why.
So whatever the monitor it is, the reason, the reason is like, horizontal we can have a number of scroll, but vertically it should not be. Okay,
Why
but
does it?
we can still we can handle this, with a simple fix. Okay, simple fix in the sense. So whatever the body that we have, so for entire body we can make that overflow X.
Oh,
We can use this, but this is
mhm.
not a right way because we are forcibly hiding that scrolling, that horizontal scroll.
Mm.
Okay, I mean this is just a temporary fix, I'm just telling that, I mean this is a possibility scenario also, but in general, right? So we are not going to use this, and we need to figure out that, why this horizontal, from where this horizontal scroll being added additionally.
Mm.
So that is what we have to figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm. And other thing that I want to tell you here is, yeah. So all these links, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
though you can copy the code, but it should not be other website URLs. Okay.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, all
Oh,
these HREFs. And at least, if you look at this href and this href, these are something URLs. But when it comes to see this href, it's not even this https URL. It's not a CDN link. It is something else.
I
And
thought
all
when
this.
you do I thought when you do that, it adds to whatever the original.
No, yeah, see, in such a case, if you want to create, let us say what you have added is my favorites, right? You can create a one HTML that favorite.html, like how you created index.html. In the same way, you can create a favorites.html and give us a link. So in such a case, right, remove all of them. So you can place that favorites.html only. And when you
Mm,
really click on favorites, it will take you to that favorites.html.
mm,
You getting my point?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the same way for others as well. Yeah, all this. Okay. And this is what I know. I was surprised that, see, if you look at this website, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they made itself is wrong. So when we have a image, so this entire image, what we, let us find this image first. Okay. Gift, they love, okay, we have in your page, you mentioned same thing, like, we, okay. But if I want to select this, right? I can't able to text, right?
Yeah.
The cursor itself is completely wrong, it seems. Okay, well, let us focus on CSS now.
Mm-hmm.
So to build this layout, we definitely not required of this much of CSS for sure.
Yeah.
Only hamburger box, hamburger inner. So there is no hamburger actually.
Mm,
So we have to write a group of CSS. Let us say that you have written anchor tag here, right? For anchor tag, you have written, right?
yeah.
And somewhere you have written anchor, yeah, a/button, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the element selector related code you have to keep in one group in the sense, like, let us say that whatever the anchor that we just discussed, right, that code snippet has to move here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because we are targeting that button and anchor, and again you have written for a separate for anchor tag, no, somewhere here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and no properties for this. Yeah, similar way. This li, when you are talking about this li, right, it represents entire li. So it is a purely list item selector. It's not related to cart icons, or it's not related to the sticker icons. Whenever
Mm.
you are write, when you are see how you need to write a CSS and all, right? So first of all, element selectors. When you write a body, immediately you can put all the element selectors whatever you want. Yeah, but here the question triggers that, how would I imagine for other triggers? I mean, other element selectors. Okay, you can write whatever the immediate, selectors which you really think about it. Let us say you have written li somewhere. Okay, after this body and all, right? Then again
Mm-hmm.
you can write this promo bar, promo message. And now you were thinking, okay, I want to write some properties for anchor tag. Don't start anchor tag after this promo message. Straight anchor tag somewhere after this body, and you have li, and after that li itself, so that it will be like a group, all the element selectors in one group, like one by one. And when it comes to classes, when you want to write a header, write all the related properties, classes, and all related to header, put all of them in a one group, so you can add a comments on it. Let us say, for
Mm.
example, the same way we have CSS, right? Let me open this. So if you look at our CSS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way what I have written here is in a absolutely wrong way. Okay, so we just need to write like this. So all related element stuff in the same way.
Uh-huh. And then,
I believe there will be no element selectors here for sure. Yeah, no
hmm.
element selectors. Okay.
Okay.
And let's say example, you want to write something on footer. So all the footers related classes, you can write a one by one, one by one. And let us say if you want to start, okay, let us say we have a footer or not. Yeah. So we have a footer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you can write something like this, no? You can add a comment here. Sorry. Mm. This is how we can add a comment in in CSS. Okay, in
Mm.
HTML the comment section is different. So in CSS we have like forward slash star and it ends with star and forward slash. Whatever you have written in between, that will going to be commented out.
Mm.
In between you can write a properties as well, but you can write in a comments here to address that. So from here you are writing no, CSS related to footer. You
Yeah.
see all the
Mm.
footer, when I selected footer, all the footer will in way in a same line. Let us say assume that your footer related code been ended and you have start writing something new. Then you can
Mm-hmm.
write a one more comment here. Footer CSS ends here, so that all your footer related code will be within this comments only, right? I mean the
Mm-hmm.
starting comment and between this ending comment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
easier.
this is the best way to, yeah, this is the best way to write it. And moreover, obviously unnecessary properties. Okay, unnecessary properties and as well as unnecessary classes also. Maybe you're copying something, but okay, let us see this promo bar. Do we have this promo bar by any chance in your code? Yeah, this is the promo bar, right? If I'm
Mm-hmm.
not wrong. Promo bar, promo message. Okay, so here is the thing, no? When you have added written promo bar and this is the promo message, and by default div itself is a block element, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
No, we no need to mention that display block here.
Mm.
All right, makes sense.
Mm. Yeah.
We don't need this. And the height actually we are going to handle based on the padding. Now if you want to apply padding, it will be like padding only. Now you can see when I uncheck that min height also, it is not affecting anything.
Mm.
And when you add a 93%, right? Let us say now just uncheck this 93%, and exactly it is the center line now. If you observe this, it is a center line now. But when you restricted that width to 93, it is not exactly center. See, if you observe that the space left and space right, right is more, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, like, how it is there in this website. Okay, there is no text here, but unfortunately, but yeah, but the way we have to follow. And I don't know, like overflow hidden. What is required for this? White space, no wrap, text overflow, ellipsis. See, nothing is required, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, see, that is the only point. When when you're writing a code from the scratch, you will get to know, like what exactly properties are required.
Yeah, but why is it there if it's not needed?
I mean, that is what I'm saying. No, see, that is the point. See, now the same properties only you have copied, and I uncheck all of them.
Mm.
Do you see any difference?
No.
No, then what is the point?
Yeah. But it was in the
Okay,
original.
so I mean, see, that is the point, right? Know
Mm,
what purpose that they have made, in further, maybe, they're targeting this for extra content here when they click on something, or maybe they're targeting some mobile device or something, we don't know what exactly reason behind, but what exactly we need in our web page is a question mark here.
mm,
You getting?
yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, until you crack that entire functionality, why you are writing, unnecessary css for it,
Mm, yeah, I'll trim.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that is what I'm trying to say. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're getting my point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm
so what exactly person? I mean, what exactly purpose that they have made? Maybe there is some intention behind it. But do you know what is the intention?
no.
No. Then the answer is no only.
Mm, okay.
The answer is not required to write all of them. When you really know the intention, you can keep it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And when you want to do something, they made this black color strip, and they want to add some content on it. Apart from that, you want to do something else with it, then you can write a properties in your own way based on your requirement,
Mm,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So few of them, let us say the text element, you have already made the text element to the parent element, so that is the reason the text came here. So all these are equivalent. When you see line height, so it impacts font size, it impacts font weight. Yeah, I mean we can add that font weight or we can leave it. So cursor, it important. Cursor is, sorry, color I was talking. Cursor is default. Now when you really hover on it, what makes that this cursor is default? Is it in an anchor tag? Yeah. So when it is in an anchor tag,
Mm-hmm.
there is no point to make that cursor default. When you give an anchor tag, obviously it will become this thumb icon.
Mm,
Yeah, so you are not going to select anything here, right? No, the cursor will be same. If I uncheck the cursor default also, the cursor will be same here and there, right?
yeah.
That is the point.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so this is the hamburger that you have. Let us say this hamburger is not visible here. Somehow they have made that overflow visible, transforms, transition, border rates. Okay, display none. They made this a display none. But
Mm,
in your web, you are not actually looking for a hamburger, because in the web there is no hamburger icon here.
yeah.
In such a case, you don't need that entire element also. You don't need an element. You don't need relevant CSS what you made, what you have written for this also.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are really not required.
Mm,
Getting my point?
yeah.
1 second. Yeah. There is something here. UL navigation, what exactly it is when I'm not able to see them. Okay, these are the favorite icons and all. Okay. I mean that anyhow, that icons we discussed already.
Yeah. I don't think I feel like I need to rewatch the recording
Yeah,
to remember how to do it.
yeah. I mean, yeah. That you can do. There's no issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so mobile menu. Okay, I mean, I understand that intention. Like they made a mobile menu. So which mobile menu will be? Okay, let us see. Now we'll get it. That which
Yeah,
contest I'm talking exactly.
I think I remember. I just put that in case because I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So this is the mobile menu, right?
Oh,
So they made display none and see what is the
yeah.
media query they have written.
Yeah.
Minimum width 769. So they didn't mention the maximum. So once a 769, I mean, if screen match with the screen width match with more than 769, obviously this you will whatever that menu they have made that is by default display none only.
Mm.
But which devices this make display block again? Obviously less than 769 only, right?
Yeah.
Which is 0 to 768. Sorry, 7, yeah, 0 to 768 8 only. From
Mm-hmm.
769 onwards, it will be none. So now, how can you check that? How can you check the screen less than 769? So the only option you have is you can simply make like this. This screen you can when you are making this tab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you now. Yeah, this is definitely 769. Yeah, this is less than 769.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, but now in this is not the right way to check that, but we have, I told you,
I
right,
think
we
there's
have
like
an
a bunch.
option of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one we have. And whenever you are checking this, right, so better to keep this entire palette at right side so that you can easily verify it.
Mm.
Got it?
Yeah.
And now when you make this 50%, yeah, so now 468. Now let us see. Now I'm going to add a 769 width. 769. I'm going to see menus. 768. 768.
Mm.
See? 69. Okay. There is some. We don't know how to handle this. Close it. Okay. So 768. And you have to click on this, and somewhere you have to click to
Mm.
immediately affect this.
Mm.
69. 68.
Yeah.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 760. Now you can check this. It will become okay. Not exactly this. What we checked this one. So definitely there is some media query for it. We can review it now. This one, right? We were talking.
Mm.
And now if we select this, split the heading. Okay. So when you actually click on this, then only this UL will come
Yeah.
because all these menus we have, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
No, how they made? Yeah. So I mean, you understand, right?
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
yeah, instead of we are reviewing like what they made, we can build on our own web pages, the responsive pages.
Yeah. I think the only
Okay.
thing I'm not comfortable with yet is the pseudo elements.
Pseudo
You know,
elements in the sense like
before after.
what
Before after.
before after is very quite I mean easy thing only, right? I have
Yeah.
explained already. Like yeah,
Yeah.
what is
You
the
just
question
have
you
to
have
make
tell me?
No question, I just have to practice it, like
I
study
see. You
it.
just have to practice. See, the main purpose of before and after mainly used for some effects only,
Okay.
because we can see in general, like we can make the blocks, right? That we know using with divs.
Mm-hmm.
You can make blocks using with divs. But when you need a block internally in a div, internally you need a one more block. So what is the default option that we will choose? We will take another div, right?
Mm.
That means in
Yeah.
simple terms, you need a box internally, you need another box. So definitely you'll keep like div within the another div, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the case is whatever the div that we are putting, you're putting internally. If you want to keep some content on it, definitely better to go with two divs only. Like I'll tell
Mm.
you.
Okay.
Okay, so now you need a box first, right? Now this is the one div, right? So what is the
Yes.
purpose of this div? To create a like a box or a placeholder to place some content on the right end of the day. That is what actually we are create that is what the purpose that we have for a divs, right?
Yeah.
Now let us say you want to create a one more box within this div. You need that, so you can create a one more div. But if you want to keep some content on this div, like this is content, you better go with div only. But whatever the placeholder you need for a effect, not to place the content, for that scenario better to go with the after only, because after not allowing you to put the content. After its purpose is to create a some kind of effect only, like let we
Mm.
like, as we saw that a overlay effect on top of the image, on top of the div, or it can be work as a, like we can build an icons as well, the triangle and all, right? That we saw that as the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is not a placeholder of content. Make sure to understand this point. Before and after is not exactly purpose of to holding the content like a divs. Before and after mainly used for to add some effects, like the way we are adding that some background color and overlay gradients, are making them
Hover.
adding sorry.
Hover.
However, I mean, the point is like you can use that, but the thing is when you hover on this also, you need to write a before and after. Normal before and after, and when you hover on element, how the before and after will be work. That is also you can write.
Mm.
Okay, but
Okay.
I'm telling the purpose. Don't consider them as a content holders.
Mm.
Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, right. Uh, what else? Yeah, we started that bootstrap. So hope you understand it, what exactly bootstrap it is.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
looked at
uh,
it.
yeah. So let us see few of the stuff in bootstrap, what exactly it is. And the other day we have added that, if I'm not wrong, we have added that CDN link, right? For the
Mm-hmm.
bootstrap also. Yeah. Now, if you see, let us copy this link. Okay, copy this. Yeah, copy this. I'm going to paste here and copy this. I'm going to paste one more thing here. And if you observe, both are same. If you observe, this is the UTF-8 and Bootstrap version 5.3.2 and copyright 2011 to 23. Bootstrap
Mm.
5.3.2 copyright licensed under MIT. License under MIT, right? You see,
Yeah.
both are same.
Yeah.
But what is the difference that you are seeing here in both?
One is more organized.
Which one is organized according to you?
This
This
one.
one or this one?
Yeah. This one.
This one?
Second one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the reason you can see the URL. This is the file of bootstrap.css.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at this, the file name is bootstrap that min.css. What stands for min is minified.
Mm.
Okay. So
Okay.
if you, let us say if you want to debug something, okay, when you use this one, when you use this one, if you want to debug something, it will straight away show you that what exactly line you have written so and so class or so and so property. For
Mm.
debugging, it is very easy, but you can't debug this in the minified version file. You can't debug because everything will be showing the line number one only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Then in such a case, this looks also not organized and debugging also it's very difficult. Then why they provided that min file here for us?
So it's easy to load, maybe?
Exactly. So when you check that, when you save this file, obviously the file size will be definitely, let us, PC, and we have evaluation and CSS. Saving that min.css file save, and when we are saving this, save this, and let us check in the CSS folder. And what is the file for this? For normal, it's 275 KB. When it
Oh.
comes to minified, 220 is. What exactly difference it is? 47. 47
Mm.
only 30 plus 45 plus 2, yeah, 47. 47 KB we're reducing only for a bootstrap. Imagine that when you are really working in a bigger application. Okay,
Mm.
Bootstrap is the only. I mean, if you don't think that if you simply enable the Bootstrap, my website will be done, because that is not actually a understanding of the Bootstrap. Bootstrap will give you a skeleton for you, and it will give you like few of the styles only. So those styles may or may not be match your actual requirement of website. So I mean to say that I mean the color palette or the color combination may or may not match with the actual Bootstrap default styles. So for that
Mm.
you definitely need to customize it in all the ways. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
it won't. I mean, if you think that okay, I'm just putting that in a Bootstrap file into my index.html and I can do the layout. You can build the layout, but you won't get that actual mock file what you made in XD or Figma, whatever it is, because that is purely customized and based on the color combination, based on the brand that you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why Bootstrap need to follow your brand. We have thousands and thousands or lakhs of brands, right, in the market.
Yeah.
All of them Bootstrap can't give that, right? So it will give you like the default standardized one. So we definitely need to customize it in
Okay.
all the areas. So in such a case, we definitely need a lot of CSS files, or we need to write them. So some of them again maybe we need to download. I mean download in the sense I mean to say that so it's like a CDN. Okay, so we need
Mm.
to let us say if you don't like a Bootstrap fonts. Bootstrap fonts in the sense Bootstrap also provide that icons,
Yeah.
right? Remember the
Yeah.
other day I told you. So you don't like that icons. So you want to use a font or some icons.
Mm.
You definitely need to import that font or some CSS, right? And you
Yeah.
like a font, one of the font which provided by Google or Adobe. You have to do that,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And when you need some kind of sort of animations, we have a lot of plugins. Okay, so definitely they will come up with their own CSS and all, color combinations and all. You're getting my
Mm.
point.
Yeah.
So in such a scenario, you definitely need to write a lot of code to customize it. So what only Bootstrap gives you a skeleton, and that skeleton and layout. That layout by default will be responsive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you have to use their instructions, and along with you should customize or you should modify the layout as per your requirement. That is the I mean high view of seeing that entire project UI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, okay. So in such a case, when you are minifying that, all the CSS files and all, definitely if you reduce 500 KB to 1000 KB, it is a good enough to know. Definitely that site will load quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is the purpose that, but the point is this minified version file we are going to use in only in production servers, because there is no point to debug the UI in the production website. In your local, in your development system, you can use that this file. But once you decided to push the CSS file into production, a server, you simply ignore this and upload this. Right? You are
Um,
getting my point?
yeah.
Because when the site is up and running, mm, there is no point to debug it in the live website.
Debugging just means like fixing the code, right?
No, no, no.
Um,
Fixing code is different from debugging. See, and right now, let's say if I got some issue, so the debugging is you need to find out the root cause why the issue is coming. You need to do some analysis on it. You have
mm,
written all the properties, okay, but still, there is some overlapping, there is some alignment. So where exactly it is the properties are coming, I'm seeing, in one way, so I can see everything is fine. Maybe those properties are under, properties and all values are coming something from the media queries, or something I have used some of the third party library. Due to that, this issue is happening. So these all
mm,
comes to debugging. So to find the RCA of the issue, or to find that root cause of issue, or kind of sorting of analysis part, why and how it is coming like this, and why it is coming this, where is the problem and all. Once you get the problem, once you get the the root cause or RCA for it, and you have to start writing code. That is a code fixing. You need to write some code for it.
mm.
You getting the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. So always when you are talking about debugging, it is a never-ending process for sure when it is in the IT sector, because
Mm-hmm.
always, like, when you're doing the debugging, so you have to think in all the possible ways.
Mm.
Sometimes for a debugging, you may require, like, 1 to 2 days of time, but the solution will be in 30 minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
those scenarios will come for sure. Sometimes you can do the debugging immediately, vice versa. Code
Is
for
that
code
why
fix, it will take. Huh?
is that why they say you can get stuck on one line of code?
Sorry, come again, I didn't get
Is
that.
that why people say you can get stuck on one line of code for like the
Yes,
whole day?
yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So some of the times, we are in just only HTML and CSS, right? So there is no much do the brainstorm and all. Once you are addicted to writing CSS or playing with CSS, this is not that much critical.
Mm.
But obviously, people, whoever is doing a backend developers, right? When you are talking in front of them, adding some CSS properties, definitely they'll feel like, no, no, don't say anything about CSS. We are comfortable with whatever the code that we are doing. They really fear about it, the CSS, because whenever they're trying to add some properties and all, they won't get a positive alignments and all. They feel very bad about it. So
Mm.
in the same way, when you start learning their technologies, whatever they are doing, right, that is, at least you will get some. Okay, so the problem is with that functional related change and UA related change. Is it okay? So you may get, references for functional changes. When you are finding something in the Google, okay, if you put some solution to it through ChatGPT or Google, it will give you like a sample kind of code. Based on that, you can understand that and you can write. But when it comes to UI, it will be very difficult to explain to somebody that, you stuck somewhere.
Mm.
And Google or ChatGPT also won't give a proper solution, because they will give you properties and the methods, right? They
Yeah.
can't give you exactly, like, where you got stuck at, because you cannot share that screens and all to with them. But when it comes to functional code requirement like a JavaScript, Angular, or any other backend related code, simply they can copy their code and all.
Mm.
So GPTs will give you like a proper response to them. So in such a scenario, yeah, it is bit difficult when it comes to UI. But as long as you have a command, and it will be easy.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the purpose of that making uh, CDN files, and that to minified thing. And there are few, yeah, examples. We don't icons, we have icons that get bootstrap. So all these icons you can use in bootstrap. Yeah, simply just click on this. You will get the code here, and just copy this and paste in your HTML code.
Mm.
Yeah, if you want to put that icon in button, no, yeah, you can place like this also. Okay,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
we can make it in simple way, like this is simple heading only. Just you can inspect this as well. No, there is no point.
Mm.
Okay, they used that SVG here. You can use the font also, no issues.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. See, whatever the classes that they have used FS-2, MB-3. FS-2 is shorthand, but if you look at the font size is 2. And when you're talking about MB-3, MB stands for margin bottom. Somewhere we will get it. MB-3. MB stands for, I mean, the first letter of margin, and after hyphen, the first letter here. So like
Mm.
this one for P-3 also, right? Padding.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like this, they're handling that.
Mm.
Yeah, rounded 3. Yeah. Okay. So here is the thing. We have icons, and when you look at the themes, you will have all these themes, and all they will give you. Yeah, those are of course a premium themes. So you can see like a $49, and this is the admin screens. They all these are purely built with the Bootstrap 5 only.
Mm.
See the layer that which you are looking.
Is React like JavaScript or something else?
Yeah, yeah, yes, JavaScript framework only.
Okay.
React or Angular. Okay, but looks
Mm.
like, I mean, they are telling a lot of cost here. But when you really want to purchase something, and so purchase some templates and all, no, you can go for like a theme forest. Have you ever heard this theme forest?
No.
No. Yeah, so this is a theme forest, and you will get all the websites and all. But it is a premium only. But whatever the prices that you are seeing, definitely it is less than only here. Let us say that you can simply add that bootstrap HTML, and you search, you will get a lot of templates here, and admin templates, layout templates, one page. All these are built with bootstrap only. Okay, and you will get a
Mhm.
free resource as well for bootstrap. I mean, the other day, if I'm not wrong, so the other day also I showed you, right? Like, how to download the free Bootstrap templates. Simply you can put in Google as well, like, Bootstrap templates free download. I made that, you can check that Bootstrap made. It contains like, both of them, premium and non-premium also. So all these websites are free only. We have already downloaded this, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can download whatever the things we need. We can check that live demo, and we can choose that free download option here. And it will provide like, what exactly look it will be in the devices, in the mobile and tablet,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can download simply, and you can verify the code how they made exactly. So sometimes you may see like, version differ here. Okay, maybe for this what exactly version they made, we don't know. We need to check that. Yeah, it's a 5 version only. Good. So do not worry that, if you see something like, version 4 also, because the only difference between 4 and 5 is not that much. Okay, Probably the difference will be, for the same kind of purpose, 4 will be used in a different class and 5 are going to be used in a different class.
Mm.
Okay, nothing else.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
yeah. So what we need exactly in entire things, first of all, this one docs, because you will, if you want to see some examples, you can check that examples and you will get a lot of snippets here. You can just go through it one by one. Okay, and icons we saw and themes also we saw. Blog we really don't require that. They will provide some. Whenever they have some updates, they will add here. Okay. Here is
Okay.
also, no, we don't need to focus, but the only thing we need to focus on here is docs, obviously. So in the docs itself, you'll get a first some, introduction information. Apart from introduction information, you simply ignore this customize also. But when it comes to layout, this is very important. Layout and content is very important, and forms is very important, and most important thing is components.
Mm.
Very much important thing is a component.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you really want to start a bootstrap, fresh bootstrap, no, what you can do, simply you can just copy this code and add bootstrap here. So the CDN links also they provided here,
Mm.
right? And
But since
if
there
you need,
since there are links, does that mean it won't work without internet again?
sorry, come again.
So since there are links, like
Mm-hmm,
Bootstrap is connected by a link, that does that mean
mm-hmm.
it won't work without internet?
I mean, if you want, you can use these links. That is completely CDN, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before you use the CDN, like I told you, right, few things, right? And definitely internet is required in your laptop, and the second thing is, you make sure to check that whether this URL is correct or not. That is the
Mm.
first thing.
Yeah.
But what I am trying to say is better to save these files in your local. Like how we save that min.css and normal bootstrap min.css and bootstrap.css into our local, in the same way
Mhm.
only. Then the
Okay.
path will be different, obviously. Not you need to use this path, right? So because those files will be there in your local CSS folder, how you are giving the path to normal style.css in the same way. CSS slash bootstrap.min.css. That's it. Or bootstrap.css.
Mm.
Is that question you are asking or
Yeah,
anything? I mean,
that's all.
okay, yeah. So in the same way, when it comes to a script also, okay, Bootstrap. If you ask me like in a simple terms, what exactly Bootstrap it is. Bootstrap is a HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework which helps us to build a responsive websites.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean in simple words, that is only Bootstrap will tell like if you see somewhere it will come like this, build fast responsive site with Bootstrap. Powerful, extensible, and feature-based front-end toolkit. Build a customized with SaaS, utilize pre-built system and components, and bring projects to life with powerful JavaScript plugins. Okay. So yeah, in simple terms, under what are the statements that I gave you, right? That is the one. So it provides HTML also. HTML in the sense, I mean, it provides HTML, CSS in the sense that doesn't mean that it will. I mean, a Bootstrap will come up with a new HTML elements and new CSS properties. So it
Mm.
comes with HTML, CSS in the sense it will give you like a code snippets to us. So in the code snippets itself, they will only provide that element like divs and all. They will use the same whatever the HTML elements we learned so far or whatever the CSS properties that we learned so far. But we really don't know how to club them together to build a responsive website. They know it and they built it and they're giving us.
Mm.
You're getting?
Yeah.
So it's a combination. And when we are talking about these components, right? So let us say like no, we have an accordion. So what exactly meaning of accordion? See, these are the very technical words that you should learn. Because when somebody asks that, like let us say client or maybe the senior folks, hey, there's we need some accordion here to handle the content. Do you know what is
Mm.
meant by accordion?
No. I
No.
I mean, Is it just like I know like what an accordion is, but not
Hmm.
in this context.
Yeah, but you maybe when you see that accordion, you can recognize it. That you recognize it. Okay, it is the accordion. But when somebody asks that, uh, when somebody talk with you regarding that accordion, you cannot explain that because until you know it, right?
Yeah.
The technical terminology you should know it, right? See, this is the
Mhm.
accordion.
Mm. Oh.
Okay,
Mm.
maybe I know, like you have seen this kind of effect in many places, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, but you don't know how. I mean how. What is the name of this effect? That is the point.
Yeah.
How we usually we are calling this, right?
Yeah.
So the other name for recording is like a collapse menu or
Yeah.
collapse content.
That's what I've heard commonly.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that is what I'm saying. When you're saying that in a common, that regular thing. But when you're talking about web terminologies and in web point of view, this is called accordion.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
and let us say now I want to insert this accordion in my web page. So the best thing that Bootstrap made, they will provide entire code for us. So the what we need to do is to copy this entire thing and paste into your website.
Hmm.
Okay, but where is the challenge then? The challenge is when you don't like this background color, you have some background color in your theme that you have to modify it,
Yeah.
and you really don't need this corner. I mean this border radius. For that you
Hmm.
have to work hard. But you really no need to think about this, right? This
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah. Wait, so it's hard to change?
Not at all once you know the subject.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, 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 no. I mean, if you know it, right, it is not a big deal. See, just imagine, okay, do you think that, in any point of time before you start this session, whatever the website that you have, right, do you
Hmm.
ever think that, you can build at least this much, up to this much?
Before class? No.
Before? Yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that, because of me that you are doing all of them. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you understand the concept, you understand the HTML, and you understand the CSS properties and how to utilize you understand,
Yeah.
right? Then you are
Mhm.
able to do it. No, right?
Yeah.
With the same thing only for Bootstrap also. Not just Bootstrap, if you understand Bootstrap, you can learn in your own way Tailwind CSS, as I told you previously. Right now, Tailwind also growing bit, bit higher, and we can say like a kind of competitor for the Bootstrap.
Mm.
Yeah. So if you observe that Tailwind also same, it is also same. It is also providing like an all kind of stuff like this only. But once you know one of the framework like this, you can handle other one. But maybe it takes like a bit of time for you to learn it. You have a lot of resource in the internet. You can go through that articles, or you can go to that YouTube. Or else, if you think that if you have some funds, probably it is going to be like $5 to $6, $6, or maybe 10 less than $10. You can find some course in Udemy also.
Mm.
But the only thing is you have to put some. I mean, you have to put all the efforts that to learn individually alone. Bit difficult when you are learning subject alone. It's definitely a difficult thing for sure.
Mm.
So when you get a subject is when whatever you are learning, like at least 2 days or 3 days, when you are discussing with somebody, you will get a subject. Apart from that, if you start learning something new alone, it's very difficult
Mm.
until you have like a very strong passion about it.
Okay.
Okay, and when you see this recordings, yeah, this will come. We'll discuss one by one, no issues.
Mm.
These are all the alerts, like alerts in the sense whenever we had a transaction. Okay, when you have like a success transaction, you can show a success message of alert. When it is a error, you can show some kind of error. When it is a warning, you can give some kind of warning things. So this is like a temporary things, but when you want to customize it, let us say when you want to give us some success alert, it can be more green in our web page. Like, I mean to say that, whatever the templates that are mock you have designed, just imagine that, it has in general in web term, reality in general, when you see some transactions, okay, success transaction, most of the time it will be in a green color only as per the UX,
Mm.
because green always gives you like, positive and success sign, and when you see a red, obviously we know it, right? It is
Yeah.
a error. And then when you see that yellow, it is a definitely kind of warning that we know that same kind of colors also we can see in the traffic signals and roads also, right? Okay,
Mm.
so the point is, it's all matter about the color code. Now, let's assume that, in your application or in your website, you want to use a like, more green color or high green color, I mean dark green color than this. You just need to copy that color code and you need to write a customized CSS for it.
Mm.
Okay, let me
Okay.
show you one. We'll take this success copy. Let me paste here and save this. Where we have you. Okay, not this file, right? What is where is our file? Yeah, this is a simple alert or something, right? What we
Mm.
can do is nebo.html. So I want to keep this whatever the md-4. I'll tell you like, what exactly call md-4.
Okay.
I'll explain this very last, because once you know this, rest everything you can handle it. If I start all this like, what exactly md-4 and all, right? If I
Mm-hmm.
start this first and I'll explain on all of them, you will be only focused on this, not on this. So this grid system, I'll tell you later, last.
Okay.
And you see, and you will need some gap for it. What we are going to use empty. You have any classes for it? MT2 or something? Because MB3 we have, right? Yeah, we have. Great. You remember we saw somewhere MB3, margin bottom 3. The same way only I gave that an MT-3,
Mm.
right? Yeah. So now if you see this, and yeah, so you have some colors and all here. We are not actually using the SCSS, we are using just CSS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, but the point is, if I want to customize it, what I'm going to do is, the two options I have. The one option number one is, I'm not going to change anything related to elect class, because elect class will provide the, what you call that spaces, paddings, margins and all for elect class. But where we are exactly getting this color from this alert hyphen success only. Now if I make, instead of success, if I make like, danger, we have a danger. Yeah. So if you observe, just a color change only, rest everything will be same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is choose CSS. Now I'm going to change two methods. One is that in the CSS file, I'm going to override that same class, whatever it is there in the bootstrap, I'm going to override it. So what I'm going to do here is, the background color I'm going to change. So this is the background color here. I'm going to change something like this, and let me copy this, and background, and color I want to make it as a white, and let me reload this page. Now you can see
Mm.
you got your customized color here, right?
Yeah. Is there, so usually for style sheets, or not style sheet, like Do people usually change everything to the desired style first and then start coding?
I mean, that is the, I mean, whatever you said is correct. So because when you create a mockup itself, you know what
Mhm.
exactly the color theme and all, right?
Yeah,
So first, based on that color theme and all, you can create the style guide.
yeah.
Like what is the colors for, primary button colors and secondary button colors for the all these alerts. Okay, all these headings, font size. For all the default ones, you can add.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is the one way to handle this. But when you are working on this, right? Let us say now we are imported this, right? This bootstrap file. Instead of importing, let us say if I copy this file and if I add about.html, if I add something like this, right? Let us say copy and I paste link relation style sheet href is equal to something like this. Okay,
Mhm.
let me save this and reload this. Now you won't get your color here, but still you have written the file here. I mean the class here as success.
Yeah.
Why?
Um.
Why? Because if you look at that about.html, if you make CSS, I mean, if you import the bootstrap CSS straight away, it is fine. But the problem is you have written style.css first, then after you have written your bootstrap file. So when it
First one.
comes to this specific class, right, what is
Mhm.
going to happen? Initially, it will load this color only. But when page is loading like a line by line, first style.css, all the colors will be loaded, and that whatever the customized color green we have added, that will be applied. But immediately, Bootstrap CSS is going to load, and in the Bootstrap itself, we have same class, right? Because this
Yeah.
class we took from there only. So it is going to be overridden based on the CSS that we have,
Oh.
properties we have in the Bootstrap.css. So make sure to check that. So, I mean, the best option, I mean, even though, let us say example, if you're not adding here, still you are adding in index.html itself. Let us say if any of the other CSS files have the same property. Okay, let us say this alert success is not there here, okay, in style.css, but this alert success is there already in bootstrap min.css. And assume that the same class has been written somewhere in one of the CSS file which is loading before this bootstrap.min CSS file. Still the effect will be same because whatever is loading at the end, that properties will be overridden.
Mm.
Okay, you're getting my point?
Yeah.
So, what is the best way to handle all of them is instead of writing same bootstrap classes, you can write your custom class here. Okay,
Mhm.
so you can write your custom class like theme alert and copy this theme alert, and when it comes to this, apply one more class here theme alert and save this and reload this and see.
Mm.
So you did not touch any of the bootstrap class. You
Mm.
written in your own customized class, which is the best way to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Not
Yeah.
just this one. See, for all of them, I'm telling. For badge, okay, these are the badge. Okay, for breadcrumbs in the sense when you have a navigation of multiple pages, the steps we are giving, I mean, where the routing.
Mm.
Yeah. So for all of them, the option we have is best option we have is to write in our custom class and use it in a like in the way which I have explained.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, and
Mm.
I mean we can go through it one by one, but when it comes to uh, customize, okay, so you can do the same thing here as well. Like the colors and all, you can still customize it. Let us say when you're talking about a color, you can add the default colors. Where is that primary colors? Yeah, all these
Mm.
colors. Okay, so you can customize it. These classes and all, you can customize it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I, yeah. So this is the classes that they are giving, the properties and all. So you can change accordingly.
Mm.
Mm, yeah, color modes, dark mode, light mode, options. What is there in the options? Yeah. But the point is, when you are only looking into this, right, definitely you need to run the SAS only for your project. But we are not actually dealing with the SAS. We are only dealing with the CSS.
What was a
Okay.
SAS?
Okay. SAS is a CSS processor.
Okay.
Okay. How
Mm-hmm.
it will work in real time. So the difference with SAS and CSS. Okay. Now let us see some technical theoretical information. CSS, CSS, CSS. This is that lets users create design and style various web pages. This is a specific file type in a SAS program that one needs to write in a Ruby language. Okay, so what exactly the context it is let us say I'll tell you something. Yeah, no, not this is the right approach. Yeah, if you see this, this is the kind of example of writing CSS. Sorry, SAS.
Mm.
Okay, but the same thing.
Oh, I
Okay,
remember. We talked about this once
I
too.
mean, yeah, we talked about it, right? I think somewhere in, yeah, if I'm not wrong, somewhere I have explained this to you. Okay, I think we lost that. Okay, but
Mm.
if you write like this in CSS, it won't allow you.
Mm.
Okay, but if you write SCSS in this, what SCSS will do, SCSS will convert SCSS file, whatever the code that you have written, right? It will
Mm-hmm.
convert to normal CSS only, end of the day, in the runtime. So for that, definitely we may need Angular project or React project to check that.
Mm.
Okay, so I mean, I'm just finding, W3 suppose do we have SAS, SCSS? We have. Mm, let us see if we have. Since we have, yeah, run example. Yeah, see, this is how that SCSS will work. Okay, we
Mm.
know when you write a in the background color, what we are going to write, we are going to write a color, direct color, but
Mm.
we are storing them as a variables here. Like doctor dollar busy color, dollar text color, dollar font size. What is the purpose of it? We can reuse it. For example, wherever the same bg color is required, for that we no need to mention light blue. We can use simply this one. Okay,
Mm.
but you can ask me like what is the advantage here?
What is it?
I mean, you're following this, right?
Yeah.
Let us say we have three properties here. One is
Mm-hmm.
that, I mean, let's, I mean, forget about this. This is the properties: background color, color, font size, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually, how we gonna write, instead of dollar font size in general regular CSS, we can write it 18 pixels. For a color here, we can write a dark blue, and for a background color, we can write a light blue, right?
Yeah.
This is how the regular way we are writing.
It just
But
makes it
what they
easier to.
have, yeah. So what they made, right? They're creating some variables to store these values. Like light blue they are storing in BG color, dollar BG color, and dark blue they are storing in text color, and 18 pixels font they are storing in the font size.
Mm.
So now let us example, and we do not have any option here. Let me copy this. So I'll explain you. Let us say now I need some heading here. Okay, heading. I need only these two. I'm copying this. I'm pasting this because for this heading itself, I need a same kind of text color, dark blue. Font size also I need a 18 pixels only.
Mm.
Okay, so what we are doing is we are just not exactly, we are not keeping light blue here. Sorry, this dark blue here instead of this text. This is a regular CSS only. But what we are doing is we are just using this dollar text color because what is there in text color? Dark blue value. Okay,
Mm.
you're getting or not?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah. So what we are doing is we are just storing the values in some variables.
Mm.
Let us say example, x is equal to 10, y is equal to 10 kind of stuff it is.
Mm.
Okay, so wherever you required 10 value, you don't need to every time mention 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You can use x only.
Yeah.
That's a simple mathematics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what is the advantage when you use like that?
Mm.
Instead of 10, you can use x, or maybe instead of x, you can use 10. What is the
If you
advantage of that?
if you want to change light blue to light green easily, you can do it
Yes,
easily.
yes. So if you want to change the value of x, maybe in x you've been using used x in several places, like 40 to 50 places. But when you want to change the value of x, it is
Yeah,
a
but
one time change, right?
yeah, wouldn't that make the loading longer though?
No, it will be same
Uh,
because you are not using this SCSS right away. This SCSS browser doesn't understand this SCSS. Make sure to understand end of the day browser understands only three things. One is that HTML file, second one is CSS, and third one is JS,
mm.
JavaScript file. Apart from that, if you write straight away like React JS, if you write Angular, browser don't understand.
Okay.
Okay. So let us say if you use Angular, end of the day, browser will convert that Angular. We are actually saying that straight away Angular. But what we are writing internal Angular is a TypeScript. But when
Mm.
you run the application in the runtime, TypeScript will convert as a JavaScript. Why? Because browser understands only JavaScript, not TypeScript. In the same way, browser won't understand SCSS when it is running in the runtime. See, if you observe this, all this mystyle.scss will be converted as CSS. If you see now, you got that actual. This is actual CSS that we are using.
Mm.
This is a converted file.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
And when you see your HTML, it is the same only, nothing else. There is no difference. You are also giving CSS file only. Make sure to understand this. You are not actually giving SCSS here because when you use SCSS, it's a very clear rule. Browser don't understand what exactly SCSS. And when you see all this dollar physical these variables, browser don't understand this. Browser
Mm.
understands this only these properties and the values like this only. But if you
Okay.
write the CSS, the regular CSS like this, like changing all of these, the X and Y concept, like regular CSS won't support it. So that is the
Mm.
reason that we are using that preprocessors. We can write the way how we need the code and all, like reusing variables and all. But end of the day, while running time, the CSS file will be converted as a CSS, and it will run in the browser very smoothly.
Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah. What does
Yeah.
S stand for in SCSS?
Uh, CSS, and I mean, I forgot that.
That's okay. I'll search it up.
S CSS stands for, yeah, SASE. Yeah,
Okay. Sassy.
SASE.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we have actually SCSS and uh, versus SASS also we have SAS and SCSS.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is also different, but we are going to use mostly SCSS. I mean, there is
Okay.
a bit different. I mean, I didn't use much SCSS also because the code kind of looks a bit. I mean, the code will be same, but approach is bit different.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you see this, this is the SCSS, the way of writing code and all. It looks similar, but additionally there is some properties like how we are writing that body. There is no brackets and all, like the way we are using the brackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this. You're
Yeah.
getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the SCSS only got much GitHub support, and I mean more star rating is will be like SCSS only, not
Okay.
SCSS.
Hmm.
Even I didn't, maybe I remember when maybe one of the small portion of work I used that SCSS, but later everybody is using SCSS only because this very similar to regular CSS, no?
Yeah.
Very similar to regular CSS, and you are just adding that new storing them in a variables and all. Once you start learning all of them, you will easily get it.
Hmm. It seems
And the
easy.
way of writing, yeah, the way of writing the properties, that is also some kind of CSS only.
Hmm.
And when you're writing child to parent, I mean I mean to say that like the example like which I gave you the other day, right? So
Yeah.
you need to put something like like this. In general way, you can write whatever the properties you want to write for a footer. Let's say footer properties here. So immediately within this footer, if you have something UL, you can write UL here.
Hmm.
So this UL will be under this footer only. This is the only main change that you have to remember while you are writing a CSS.
Hmm.
But what exactly the difference in a normal CSS is like this, okay? Footer will close immediately and footer space UL. When you write the code like this, it will be converted as like this.
Hmm.
Okay, and let us say if you want to target that on a list item here, you need to write UL one again, and you need to write again LI also. For here, you can simply write LI. So you can write UL properties here, UL properties, and these are the LI properties. See, this
Okay.
is the only difference. But I mean, of
Hmm.
course, apart from that, the variables that we discussed, right? This is the main difference. But the properties won't change. The structure is not going to change. How you are writing border radius, how you are writing box shadow, how you are writing position display, all the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think yeah, we're almost uh, near to close. But yeah, what I would suggest to
Mm-hmm.
you don't need all of them. Just focus on this
Which
components, and this is
one?
yeah, these components, yeah, is
Yeah.
very important. Now we have like
Yeah.
forms and all also. This is the simple thing, but when it comes to component, because when we are using bootstrap is mainly for the components. I'll tell you why. Like let us say if bootstrap come up with like only layout in the sense responsive and all, we really don't need a bootstrap. We can go with any other framework, or we can start writing one our own CSS framework, and we can use the same CSS framework for whatever the applications that we have. Apart from that, what Bootstrap is providing, all this accordion. See, if Bootstrap provides only related stuff, I mean only related to responsive and layouts, if I want to insert some accordion into my web page, I definitely need to write custom CSS, custom JS, custom HTML for it. So I should depend on some third-party libraries. If Bootstrap won't provide any of these components, if Bootstrap provides only responsive layout and all, definitely it will be like very difficult. So how
Yeah.
many third-party libraries you are going to use? For accordion you need something, and when you say that carousel, okay, carousel is a kind of a slider.
Mm.
If Bootstrap provides only responsive layout, like on which library you will depend on for this slider? Again, it is going to be another CSS, another JS files for sure. Because as I told you previously, when you need some kind of actions like this, you need definitely need a JavaScript. So depending on for a carousel, if you're depending on some other third-party libraries or JavaScript apart from the Bootstrap, then how much code your code? I mean, how much big your code would be,
It will be
right?
very, yeah. It'll be
Yeah,
big.
and then when you see this in like a model, what exactly the meaning of model? And when you click on a button, it will create a one model for you.
Mm.
Just I mean, because I was the main witness for you that I mean, this is the advantage that you have, and I'm not. I mean, I'm not telling myself, but I'm the witness for you because I have like almost 14 years of experience in UI and web technologies. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
to make these kind of effects, we definitely need to rely on some other JavaScript plugins or JavaScript uh, you know uh, what you call libraries.
Mm. Most people use libraries. Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, after I mean once these frameworks will come into picture, right? Then our library is very easy. You need to put all of them on all.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, try to see this content main. Sorry, this components main.
Okay.
Okay, just go through it one by one, and
Yeah.
we'll discuss like not all of them. We'll discuss few of them like how we verified like alerts and all. We'll discuss model. We'll discuss navbar. We can discuss. Okay,
Mm.
but
Okay.
main components are main, and when it comes to forms, we already verified that forms. How to build the form. For each and every link, you have a reference code for it. What you
Mm.
have to do is simply copy this code, and you can change the content and all. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what I would suggest today, tomorrow, or what is day today? Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. These 3 days, do not work on any of the website template work on anything. Just focus only on Bootstrap.
Okay.
Okay? And
Yeah.
just find out, whatever the links that, whatever the content that you have in components and all, you just go through it.
Okay.
Put all your time efforts on that only on Bootstrap, not on any of the other CSS properties or templates, web templates and all.
Mm.
Okay, because once you understand the Bootstrap, you can build a responsive website directly. You can utilize the Bootstrap. You no need to write a code from something from the scratch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, chalo then.
Yeah. One more thing. Tomorrow I have